Welcome to The Late Show, everybody. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Look, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, friends. Hey, friends. I don't know what you all are talking about, but everybody I talk to is talking about what Donald Trump doesn't want to talk about. So let's talk about it. It being the conspiracy surrounding his old dancing buddy, Jeffrey Epstein. There you go.
I mean, he's so blatantly stupid. He's a punk. He's a dog. He's a pig. He's a con, a bullshit artist, a mutt who doesn't know what he's talking about, doesn't do his homework, doesn't care, thinks he's gaming society, doesn't pay his taxes. He's an idiot. Colin Powell said it best. He's a national disaster. He's an embarrassment to this country.
Donald Trump has been called many things: businessman, showman, disruptor. But Stephen Colbert and Robert De Niro saw through the branding and stripped it down to something far simpler: an act. To them, Trump wasn't a maverick or outsider. He was just the loudest guy in the room, pitching a broken product and convincing millions it was priceless. Their roast tore away the illusion, leaving the salesman without his spectacle.
The president was buddies with a pedophile. On Friday, the Wall Street Journal dropped an absolute bombshell. They are reporting that in 2003, Trump sent a birthday letter to Jeffrey Epstein for his 50th birthday that was sexually suggestive. Yeah, it's the most inappropriate birthday gift since Carvel debuted Fudgy the Hung Like a Whale. Now,
America's Philistine president has had himself appointed head of one of our premier cultural institutions. He has cut funding and support to the arts, humanities, and education. And now he has announced a 100% tariff on films produced outside the U.S. Let that sink in for a minute. You can't put a price on creativity, but apparently you can put a tariff on it. Of course, this is unacceptable. All these attacks are unacceptable.
If you're enjoying this video, hit subscribe and ring the bell. Colbert mocked Trump's routine like a late-night parody that never ended. De Niro brought raw fury, shredding the theatrics. Together, they exposed Trump not as a titan of politics, but as a man addicted to spectacle, mistaking applause for leadership. Colbert cut into the myth of Trump, the deal-maker, framing him as someone who never actually finished anything.
for years, before he was, reelected, and recently, since they all got into office, a bunch of high-ranking people in Trump's administration have kept promising to release the files surrounding Jeffrey Epstein, his mysterious clients, and his suspicious death. But now, suddenly, for reasons that I legally cannot think of, Donald Trump seems desperate to stop us from knowing who Jeffrey Epstein's clients were.
From casinos that collapsed to universities that conned students, Colbert mocked Trump's resume as a graveyard of failures dressed in gold letters. His so-called business genius was nothing more than smoke mirrors and bankruptcy courts. Every claim of success, Colbert argued, was like watching a man insist his sinking ship was a luxury cruise liner while passengers scrambled for life vests.
According to the Wall Street Journal, Trump's letter featured several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with heavy marker. In the drawing, a pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts, and the future president's signature is a squiggly Donald below her waist, mimicking pubic hair. Do you know what that means? That means Donald Trump has drawn pubic hair on every executive organ.
De Niro added the darker punch. Trump wasn't just a failure, he was a danger. A man who thrived on chaos, setting fires only to pose as the hero. To De Niro, the bravado, the tweets, the outrage weren't strength, but insecurity dressed in capital letters.
It makes me so angry that this country has gotten to this point, that this fool, this bozo, has wound up where he has. He talks how he wants to punch people in the face. Well, I'd like to punch him in the face. This is somebody that we want for president? I don't think so. What I care about is the direction of this country. And what I'm very, very worried about is that it might go in the wrong direction with someone like Donald Trump. If you care about your future, vote for it.
Colbert skewered Trump's obsession with image, crowd sizes, the biggest, the best, the most beautiful. He likened it to a child scribbling world's greatest on every wall. The endless bragging wasn't confidence, it was fear of being forgotten.
Now, suddenly, for reasons that I legally cannot think of, Donald Trump seems desperate to stop us from knowing who Jeffrey Epstein's clients were. In fact, yesterday, he said he was surprised anyone even cares about the guy.
I don't understand it. Why they would be so interested. He's dead for a long time. He was never a big factor in terms of life.
That sentence was never a big factor in terms of word.
De Niro pushed it further. Trump wasn't governing, he was directing a bad movie. Explosions, nonsense, plots endless, takes the director storming in to declare brilliance. Colbert joked the teleprompter wasn't for ideas but to remind Trump where he was. His rallies. Comedy sets without punchlines, audiences laughing at him, not with him.
Do you really worry that if he were to win again, and I'm not saying this like it's such a far-fetched notion, if he were to win again, that he would not give up power?
You know he won't. You know he won't. He even said it. He's never going to give it up. And anybody who deludes themselves in thinking that he is, shame on you.
To De Niro, Trump's persona was method acting gone wrong. The scowl, the posturing, it was theater with no substance. He fooled not just the public but himself, mistaking applause for power. Colbert painted him as a thin-skinned celebrity at war with critics, not opponents. And De Niro warned this obsession with optics carried real costs, decisions made for applause, not for the country.
Do you think our democracy is at risk in this election?
I think that it is. I always keep saying democracy is great, of course, but democracy people take for granted. It's a word that some people don't even understand. They take it for granted. It's about right and wrong, period. The guy's a monster. He is beyond wrong. It's almost like he wants to do the most horrible things that he can think of in order to get a rise out of us. I don't know what it is, but he's been doing it, and it's scary.
Are you
Excuse my French.
De Niro called it betrayal, a leader treating the nation as a stage prop. Colbert mocked the irony of Trump's populism, a champion of the people who lived in luxury and privilege. For De Niro, Trump wouldn't be remembered as a builder but a destroyer of norms and unity.
We're in a very bad situation. I remember you and I about 5-6 years ago talking. I'm down at the Spring Studios. Something about, I said, what just happened just happened. No, it didn't. It didn't happen. It's all about truth. And what we have here is a denial of truth all over the place. And even the speech that he made after is insane. It's just insane. And I'm very, very concerned about it. I think we all are. It's insane. So that's why I felt I had to do something, say something about it, to go on record.
Together, Colbert and De Niro delivered a demolition. Colbert's wit turned Trump's antics into punchlines, while De Niro's intensity made the laugh sting. Trump wasn't a bold leader, he was a caricature trapped in his own act. Colbert joked he wasn't Napoleon plotting conquest, he was a guy cheating at Connect 4.
Understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff.
Yes. No, he's right. The Epstein saga is a total snooze fest. I mean, the most powerful man in the world is blocking information about a cabal of the rich, the famous, and the royal, befriending a con man who regularly flies off in his private plane to his private island or do super illegal sex stuff. Then the con man is arrested. People are afraid he's going to name names, but before he can, he mysteriously dies right after being taken off a suicide watch in a federal prison during the administration of the guy who is blocking the release of the information. Boring.
Colbert hammered Trump's predictability, deny, deflect, distract. He compared Trump's career to a bad sitcom reboot, same lines, same catchphrases, fewer fans. Even rallies felt like cover bands playing the same songs. De Niro cut deeper, Trump's strength was just bluster hiding weakness.
I can finally speak unvarnished truth to power and say what I really think about Donald Trump, starting right now. I don't care for him. Doesn't seem to have like the skill set. Doesn't have the skill set to be president. You know, just not a good fit, that's all.
Both men drove home the same truth: Trump's legacy was theater, not leadership. Colbert mocked the recycled scandals and the endless reruns of the same show. De Niro stressed the danger policies shaped not by strategy but by camera angles. What looked like power was really desperation with better lighting.
Go f yourself. On Friday, Donald Trump posted, "I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings." How dare you, sir? Would an untalented man be able to compose the following satirical witticism? Go f yourself.
On Friday, Donald Trump posted, "I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings." How dare you, sir? Would an untalented man write this witticism? Go yourself. Colbert relished mocking Trump's alternate reality, from denying elections to rewriting facts. He quipped Trump wasn't a politician but a walking conspiracy theory with a spray tan. Half his supporters, Colbert joked, would even agree if he claimed the sun rose in the west. Meanwhile, De Niro tore at Trump's character, a man who measured success in gold fixtures and social followers, not integrity. His legacy: lawsuits, bankruptcies, burned bridges. Together, Colbert and De Niro collapsed the myth, revealing not a genius or tragic figure but a carnival barker selling America an empty show that had gone on far too long.